Ah!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and we're back for another video discussing Naughty Dog. So this has been a video I've wanted to discuss for a little while. Had a lot of stuff in regards to The Last of Us Part 2 and its PC port, which we've just played through, and with the show coming up for The Last of Us, I haven't had time to record as much. I'm making this video a little bit later to when this rumor/news dropped. Today, my friends, we're discussing about a new rumbling in regards to Naughty Dog and their future. Currently, we do know there are multiple new single-player projects in development at Naughty Dog, one of them being Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. As for everything else, kind of a question mark. We know that The Last of Us Part 3, despite recent comments from Last of Us creator Neil Druckmann, is likely in development, as Daniel RPK in my last video I made stated that Part 3 is in development right now, currently, and is filming scenes. And potentially a third project that we don't really know much about has been hinted at for a while, but this might be the most concrete stuff we've gotten in regards to it since pretty much the fact Naughty Dog confirmed single-player projects, multiple. A lot of people have been wondering what Naughty Dog's been up to. We know that Intergalactic game is coming, but you have to know there's more on the table than just this. They have a lot that they're hiding. And with this new thing I'm going to be discussing, a lot of eyes are going to be open to the possibility of what this new title could be. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Keep up with my videos discussing Naughty Dog, The Last of Us, and any other things they cover on this channel. To join about the new 30% of people are subscribed by hitting the subscribe button, notification bell, have it set to all, and join over the 100,000 people that have notifications on for the channel. If we go for 1,000 likes on this video, I greatly would appreciate it. And let me know down below in the comments what you think of all this I'm going to be discussing. Let's get straight into it. Naughty Dog has been working on an unannounced game for 3 years, it's claimed. So this was made by Insider Gaming. They're not the ones who broke this, but let's talk about it. They made an article summarizing everything that you need to know. So, Naughty Dog was most recently in the news after Neil Druckmann kind of suggested that there might not be another Last of Us game. Remember where Neil had basically said, don't bet on it. He later expanded those comments by stating that they'll take each project as it comes. And that we're going to talk about this soon, because Neil did actually kind of provide a mini update, which they're kind of talking about here, where Neil had basically kind of backtracked those comments a little bit. And of course, we all know that he's likely lying and that a Part 3 is in development. But why am I talking about this then? Because everyone's like, oh, this must be Part 3. Hold on. And he also said, you know, they'll take each project as it comes, and that right now the team is focused on delivering Intergalactic, which is their brand new IP. However, a recent claim from an insider might point to Naughty Dog working on something else in secret. For a recent report, it seems Naughty Dog has a game in the works that has been taking shape for more than 3 years, and it's being led by Shaun, again, I apologize if I mispronounce this name, Escayg, who formerly directed Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Very interesting. Uncharted. This guy directed Uncharted: Lost Legacy. Huh. That's odd. What are they cooking? The claim that Naughty Dog is working on an unannounced game that has been in development for 3 years comes from Daniel RPK. Daniel RPK. This man has been everywhere. He had posted big Naughty Dog scoop in the link. And again, he did something like this similarly with The Last of Us Part 3, which we talked about in my last video. So, what he ended up saying, this Naughty Dog, the report was posted on their Patreon, which was paywalled, and again, I'm not paying for Daniel RPK's paywall, no matter how much information the man has, and since shared more publicly by the game post, it reads, Naughty Dog has a second project, not The Last of Us Part 3, but is directed by Shaun, as it's been in development for 3 years now. Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann explained that after his "Don't Bet On It" comments that even The Last of Us felt so definitive that he didn't foresee making a follow-up title. We may see The Last of Us Part 3 in the future, but like the man said, it would need the stars to align for that to happen. And again, I haven't covered these comments. Next video, it will be a good one. In the meantime, Naughty Dog is allegedly working on something new and unknown, and it's being led by someone with strong ties to Uncharted. The last Uncharted game was Uncharted 4: Thieves' End, released back in 2016, and The Lost Legacy serviced a year later as a standalone DLC. It was a similar operating model employed for The Last of Us and the Left Behind expansion. Now, as we've known, I didn't expect a new Uncharted game, at least from Naughty Dog. It has been said for a while that Naughty Dog was done with Uncharted. Neil had said that a while ago, but in all likelihood, we've seen there was a little trailer that I played at the beginning of this video. It was like a play on PS5 now or something, and they showed like a little Uncharted type thing with a character in a cave exploring, finding treasure. And a lot of people think that it could be Cassie Drake, that this could be like the Uncharted 5 finally that people have been asking for. Again, if I had to bet what this new game is going to be, if it is true, again, because we're going to take this with a grain of salt. We don't know if Daniel RPK is even right, but very interesting. I've got two possibilities for you all. One is a brand new IP. You're thinking like, what? Another brand new IP? Yes. There's been rumors of a fantasy game. Intergalactic is a space game. Fantasy game could still be very possible. Could this be a fantasy game? You have to wait and see on that. Number two, a new Uncharted. Considering that this guy has strong ties to the Uncharted franchise, he directed Lost Legacy, I think it is very possible that he could take up another Uncharted game, whether it is a spin-off of Uncharted 5 or something new in the franchise. I think all are very likely possibilities. It hasn't been suggested that something related to Uncharted is in development, but there were rumors recently regarding a game starring Cassie Drake, Nathan Drake's daughter, in the series. Cassie was played in previous titles by Caitlin Dever, who incidentally is still tied to Naughty Dog by way of her role as Abby in the upcoming series of the HBO's The Last of Us. Again, Season 2, literally coming this Sunday. We're gonna have a watch party. Very, very excited for that. And again, however, this rumor does line up with Shaun Escayg's return to Naughty Dog after a brief stint at Crystal Dynamics. So supposedly he had left Naughty Dog for a time work on Marvel's Avengers, but he had returned. And we know, not everyone at Naughty Dog is working on Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, team working on Part 3, and a team potentially working on this unannounced title. So think about that. We potentially have three new games in development at Naughty Dog. Intergalactic, Part 3, and a potential new Uncharted / new IP. Again, people may even throw in Jak and Daxter. I don't really know. Now, if I had to predict, I'm going to guess new IP, but man, it is really seeming that Uncharted return could be very, very possible. And if it is Uncharted, I would like either an Uncharted 5 starring Cassie Drake or a spin-off game, maybe with Nathan's brother or Sully or some new character. Let's see what they can potentially do. I'd love to see what the possibilities are, but again, please take this with a grain of salt, but it does appear Naughty Dog has another game in the works that we will likely hear about in the next couple years. If this has already been in development for 3 years, a reveal could potentially be in the next 2 years. Again, Intergalactic, just because Intergalactic will have to be coming out, this game could be announced before Intergalactic even releases. So definitely keep your eyes out for that, because listen, let's be honest, Naughty Dog has been on the back burner for a while. They've been cooking, and I think it's time, especially with Intergalactic coming in the near future, I think it's time they finally get more than one thing out. They haven't made a new game in 5 years, almost. So let's get they're getting the wheels spinning again, and that's good to hear. I'm very, very excited to hear this. So in my next video, we'll be talking about Neil Druckmann and The Last of Us Part 3 again. He recently, again, as he's going through the press rounds for The Last of Us HBO Season 2, is talking a lot about Part 3 and, you know, clarifying his comments that he had made about Part 3, about the don't bet on it. He's definitely said some stuff I think that, yeah, Neil, I think you're lying a little bit. And I'll talk about my trip to California and The Last of Us and all that. You know, I got to see Neil again. It was, you know, really good event. Really a lot of good people there. And I can't wait to talk about that more. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Let's go for 1,000 likes again if you did enjoy this. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye. See you for a big weekend. We got a lot with the show.
That